And we're back, folks. Sorry about that confusion and problems we did in that last broadcast. Really bizarre. Whatever happened to my computer, whether I actually lost the internet or I had some software glitch that caused problems, I'm not sure what it was. But the bottom line is that we're back now, and I've sorted out the camera issue. My camera just disappeared. I couldn't even use it. So anyway, sorry about that, folks. So now we're back here. Thanks for being back. So I've decided to do this video because I want to talk very briefly about something that just occurred in my interview with Derek Human. So first off, let me just put this up here, this right here. All right, so there you go. Petulant. It's an adjective. It's about a person or their manner. Childishly, sulky, or bad-tempered. He was moody and petulant. Now, why is that on the screen? Because quite frankly, that was the behavior of some people in the broadcast. It's very annoying. It's very childish, and I don't know why it happens. Very frustrating. I don't know why this is occurring, why people are behaving like that. It's ridiculous. Petulant children. And that's what's going on. So I want to talk about that a little bit here this morning. So I'm going to talk briefly. I haven't set the news up. I haven't even prepared for the news because of all this nonsense. God bless it. Between the computer and people interfering with my conversation with my guest. Look, if you don't like what a guest has to say, then don't watch. If you disagree, you're welcome to put comments to disagree. Many people do that. But acting like a child tossing their toys out of the pram is ridiculous. What kind of behavior is this on social media? Well, it's the norm for a lot of people. Knock it off. I don't do this for jollies. You know, I'm not getting paid for this. Do you know what I get paid per hour for consulting services? And this isn't directed to people who are here, but quite a bit. And I forego that to do this. I'm not some famous celebrity. I'm not someone that people are fawning all over, you know, like these social media influencers. I'm a person that knows what they're talking about, has been there and done that, and I'm trying to share my experiences and my analysis with the world. And you can disagree. It doesn't mean I'm always right. I'm right a heck of a lot more than I'm wrong. But, you know, this behavior, my guests there, people whining about, well, ask this, ask that. It's a conversation. I have an agenda laid out. That's not an agenda to accomplish things. It's an agenda to do the interview, the conversation. And people popping into the conversation and being disrespectful and rude is just juvenile. It's ridiculous. It's no different. Well, it's worse than actually the people who put their comments on videos after the fact and they don't bother to comment in the chat. They just make their complaints on videos and post it so they can get attention. I don't know why that happens. Also, to Azela, or what is the name there? Azela, you know, you can just shove it up your rectum. You calling me a prick? Screw you. What kind of child are you? You were behaving like a fool, and I didn't give you a timeout. I gave you a note to tell you to stop misbehaving, and you chose to call me a prick. Well, I'll give you a prick. Bend over. Stop your nonsense. Someone needs to tan your hide. You're acting like a 6-year-old. Ridiculous behavior. Absolutely ridiculous behavior. Anyway, yeah, there's really something, and it wasn't just Azela. There were other people misbehaving too. In fact, some of my viewers were complaining about, you know, ask this question, that question. You know, and it was this one nonsense. Someone comes on 36 minutes and we're not even talking about the Bella Bill. This is clickbait. Bullshit. You're a lying sack of horse manure. You are a lying sack of horse manure, the person who typed that. We had talked about the Bella Bill at length. In fact, some of my viewers moaned because I was still on the language issue 18 minutes into it. Well, that's the major contention point, folks. In an hour conversation, you shouldn't be surprised to see a conversation dwell 1/3 of the time on the main topic, the main crux. We got to the other things. Relax. I know what I'm doing. This isn't my first interview. This is my first conversation with somebody. You forget that I'm a counterintelligence agent, that I've interrogated people over decades. It's not like I just rocked up here and had this conversation. I do pay attention to the chat more than virtually any other content creator on this planet, even in the midst of an interview. There are times when I don't get to that because I get a little bit behind in the conversation. Other things come up. But I mean, it's ridiculous, the behavior of certain people in the chat. And if that's how you're going to behave, then I really don't need your views. You're welcome to disagree. You're welcome to offer alternative viewpoints, but acting like a child, tossing their toys out of the pram, and calling me a prick. The hell? I didn't mistreat you. You're a dipshit. And that behavior is unacceptable. Unacceptable. Really, it is. By the way, if anybody thinks that I'm got chest pains or I'm set off by this, you're very much mistaken. I'm not. I'm just trying to make a point. And this point needs to be made periodically because of the abysmal behavior of people on social media. Yeah, I don't get why people behave in that fashion. It's just ridiculous. So calling me a prick, I'll tell you what, I'll bet you wouldn't do that to my face. I'll bet you wouldn't do it to my face. I bet you wouldn't do it to my face. So I gave a person a timeout in that broadcast, and I deleted the message from someone else because it was disrespectful, it was rude to my guest, and it was distracting from the conversation. Just knock it off. I mean, what do you hope to gain by this? You know, this is like 2020 all over again. People show up like this. If you don't like Solidarity because you don't feel they represent you, then why are you watching my broadcast about the Bella Bill? Tune in on Wednesday when Neil DeBeer is here. I had the courtesy to list both interviews on this topic with two different people from two different approaches at the same time. So it wasn't like, oh, he's talking, I guess we have to watch it because the only person he's talking to is Dirk Herman. We got to talk to him. No. I've also got Neil DeBeer from the UIM coming on Wednesday to talk about it. Look, go to Willem Petzer's All About Bella Bill and watch that if this bothers you. Go watch Willem Petzer. Anyway, Garrett says, don't let it bother you. Handle it 100%. Thank you for that. Is the crux that will lead to the fall of many rights. Did not see comment. If I did, would not go well. No, you missed it, Pablo Charlie. No, that person called me a prick. Now, to be fair, I did tell the person, stop being an ass. You know, we've covered that because that person came in and whined, oh, this is clickbait. See, that's like the little children, the juveniles from, you know, the eucalyptus tea drinkers from down under, that sycophantic cult who used to come in and disrupt my channel because they're penis envy. Listen, I'm not going to have a penis showing program. You know, some people are growers, not showers. Maybe you're a grower, not a shower. My point here is that that was the behavior of some of those people. So I don't know if that person comes from that crowd and was behaving that fashion for that reason. I don't know. But all I can tell you is the following, is that it was inappropriate. It's very disruptive. And I guess my moderators were asleep or were busy and not available to take care of it because they didn't take care of it. So I took care of it. And I got to all the aspects of the Bella Bill. Also, there are people that watch this broadcast from around the world. They don't know who Dirk Herman is. They've never heard of the guy. South Africans know who he is, especially Afrikaans-speaking South Africans, but many people don't know who he is. So they've also never heard of Solidarity. So when I did that, 34 minutes into the broadcast, asked that question, asked him to explain who he is, that's not clickbait. That's fully informing the viewer. And if you don't like how I fully inform the viewer, then footsack, get off the bus. Step off. There's no room for you on the bus if you don't want the transportation. See, that's the problem. People jump on the bus, but they don't want to get from point A to point B. They just want to get on the bus and be unruly, like hooligans from English soccer fans. They think they're in the Costa Brava and they can do whatever they want. They get on, they're unruly. If you get on the bus, ostensibly you're there for the journey. You're anticipating or intending to go from point A to point B. So shut up and contribute or leave. Pull the bell, ring the bell to get off the bus. Simple as that. Simple as that. Now, for those of you taking offense to this, get over it. What happened in my chat was highly disrespectful to my guest, and there's no basis for it. He's done nothing to anyone else, and it was also offensive to me. And if you think I'm a prick now, let's meet in person. See what kind of prick I am. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Pierre Orban, Pablo Charlie, Chris Ehlers, Allison Johnson, Arctic, Marilyn, Shawnee, Smee again's back again. Who else have I missed here? Arbot's there. I'm with Emery Nell. Cuomo, something walked over his path or he just realized that his time is coming to an end. And again, my apologies for trying to do this stream and then it was kind of an abortive one. When whatever happened, now, I don't know if I lost the internet or I'll, in full disclosure, I also have something installed here that I really need to disable, and that is Malwarebytes, because that's twice it's interrupted my that may have been what caused it. But whatever the case is, when that happened, my settings got wonky and my camera disappeared. So while I was broadcasting, I thought I'd just unplug it, see USB, plug it back in, it would work. Didn't work. Logitech software updated after I rebooted the computer, so I don't know if that was the problem, but something was wrong. Anyway, the camera's working again. Never seen it. I've had this. This is a brilliant camera. It's a Logitech CS925, 930, something like that, HD. I've had this camera since 2009, I think it is. This is an unbelievable camera, and they don't make better cameras to this day. This is the top end one. So yeah, it does the job as a webcam. But anyway, it wasn't working because this software wouldn't connect with it. So I tried to go through Logitech Capture, which is the software that you can use to adjust the camera and everything, but that wouldn't load. So I don't know what happened, but we're good. We got it back now. So this was necessary to have this conversation about people tossing their toys out of the pram, but also so we can do it next broadcast because I had. So it's going to be a little bit later. You have to give me till about quarter after the hour for my news broadcast. So we'll do that anyway. But James Bowie, welcome to you. This is not Soweto or Limpopo. Yeah. Garrett saying Neil makes valid points. One hand on my sidearm, but Gavin Comer. Is it Arbot's birthday? Happy birthday to Arbot. Wow, I didn't realize that. So let me just find that real quick. I know we've got that file here somewhere. Well, it's not there. That's where it's at, I think. Okay, birthday cake. Where the heck? I haven't used the birthday cake in a while. There it is. There it is. So Arbot, happy birthday to you, brother. Happy birthday to you. And by the way, that image I couldn't find. Erica sent it to me for screen capture. I'd had the original one. I love that one because, of course, I'm a fan of purple. It's my favorite color. Anyway, people will complain on tomorrow's interview with Neil DeBeard. Be prepared. Yeah, no, I'm fine for that, Pablo Charlie. They're welcome to do that. But my moderators, I think some of my moderators support Neil DeBeard, so they'll be in force and they will make sure that the behavior is respectful. Anyway, so yeah, no, it's tossing your toys out of the pram, folks. It's really, I mean, look. I guess sometimes we just need a lighthearted movie. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the following is not a paid endorsement, but it is a funny point.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
Baby, it's just a goat. No, it's a fucking goat. That is classic. That will never get old. That will never get old, folks. Never, ever get old. Shawnee says, thank you for addressing this behavior at your channel. Laying down some common good order is good for the rest of us. Excuse me. Yeah, no, that's part of the reason for doing this. Look, if you come to this channel and you're unhappy with the content, my question to you is, why are you here? If you're here to be disruptive, then you're not welcome. If you're here to express alternative viewpoints or different ideas or disagree, you're welcome. We appreciate that. You'll notice I asked Derek Herman repeatedly, did I get it wrong? Am I wrong in my analysis? And it was Chris like that. It's a goat. No, it's a fucking goat. That will never, ever get old. As will this never get old. Here, ladies and gentlemen, now bring you the leader of the economic freedom fighters, Julius Malema. There he is. Hey, Juju. How's it going, man? It's Juju, folks. How's it going? Ooh, we need some lighthearted moments there. Listen, folks, when people come into the chat like that, do you know what it is? Do you know what they're doing? When they come into the chat, they're doing this.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. It's Admiral Akbar. It's a trap. That's what it is. It's all a social media trap. Just like Twitter, just like the edited video that they put out of Ronaldo, it's a trap. What's with the sellotape? It's a goat. Yeah. No, Chris, it's a fucking goat. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Because you know where the kid got that? That goat, somebody's goat wandered into his yard eating his flowers all the time. And dad's probably like, is that fucking goat again out there? So the kid's like, it's a fucking goat. Kids are precious. They don't know anything. They're not bigots. They're not racist. They don't use profanity. They don't steal. They don't cheat. They don't lie. They are just putty. And how children grow up is all on you and me. So there you go. Oh my goodness. Nostrovia says Congo Kristovsky. Sellotape. Okay. Julius. Anyway. The Lecker says, don't be dus, be Lecker. Yeah, agreed. Be Lecker. That's the thing. And Shawnee, you're very welcome. I'm happy to address it. It does need to be done periodically. And actually, this quick live stream did serve a function in fixing whatever happened to my darn camera. It was just gone. Couldn't get it on. That was weird. Couldn't get it on. By the way, I discovered a show last night that I found highly entertaining. Went through 5 episodes, 6. I had to stop myself so I didn't watch all of them. It's called The Good Murder Ship or something like that. What an awesome show. Really good. It's not like it's a ripoff of the Love Boat, and not every episode's a murder, but there's a lot of murders that take place on this cruise ship. And I'll tell you what, I'll never go on that cruise line because they always have murders in every episode. So many fall into the trap so easily. That's right, Marilyn. That's right. Take Admiral Akbar's advice.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Rita says, low self-esteem will always pop out an abusive and crappy remark. Yeah. And studying Breaking Bad, seeing some career changes. Arctic is going into the methamphetamine business, apparently. Cuomo phoned Trump to check on him and his family after the attempt was live. Chris, no, I didn't see that. Which one? Mario Cuomo or his brother Chris? Didn't see that. Went on a cruise ship recently. There was, in fact, a murder on the first. Are you serious? Oh my God, Congo Chris. A murder on a cruise ship. Wow. Yeah, I don't do cruises anymore. There was a time I gave it a shot. I went to the Caribbean a couple times. I've done Baltic cruises. The only cruises I'm left interested in are either an around the world cruise at some point for like 3 months, or these ones for sure. The Norway fjords, the land of the midnight sun, that cruise, and Alaska. That's it. That's all I'm interested in. Chris Cuomo. Okay, well, there you go. Chris Cuomo. All right. Well, that's interesting. I didn't see that. Thank you for sharing that. All right. Yeah, I did hear about the Hezbollah pagers. I'm going to have to do a quick research on that. I've been busy this morning with my interview. So, folks, I'm going to stop it here, and thank you. And once again, folks, if you don't like the content, then don't be here. If you disagree, you are welcome to disagree. I have no problem with dissent. We are not an actual Wyatt Army in which we're on the ground somewhere in the Northern Cape or in Pennsylvania, and I listen to my advisors, and then I have to make a decision as a leader. That's not the case. You can disagree with me all the way, and you can still disagree with me as long as you're respectful. Kevin says, good evening. Things a bit stuck with this. Yeah, people are stuck on the sellotape things. Pablo Charlie says, I am Wyatt Army. Here you go. Yep. I am Sky. Remember that? I started that. I am Sky. It's not so funny when you know the impact it had. But anyway, not me saying I am Sky, but that was just interesting. Hope to see you later today. News. Yeah, I'll be back on in about 17 or 20 minutes. So I'll set it for a quarter after the hour and get some news to discuss. All right, folks. Thanks a lot for being here. Take care of yourself. Cyber attack. What? My cyber attack or another one? All right, I'll look it up. All right, cheers, everybody. See you shortly. I'll get it set up. And remember, folks, it's a goat. And stop saying it's not a goat.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
Sorry, I can't resist. That's just too funny. See you in a few minutes.